all of the hard work that you've put in is being returned to you. Both the work that you've put in physically and the work that you've put in emotionally, whether that's forgiving yourself or forgiving someone else in your life, or even forgiving the world. You've done the work. You've put your blood, sweat, and tears and heart into the work that you've done. And now it's time for you to reap the rewards of that work. You are a healer. Both the bear as well as Jesus are healers, are alchemists, are shamans, traversing the in-between, being the bridge between heaven and earth. That is you. And that is where your work has brought you. It's been an initiatory process for you. You've had many initiations along the way that have made you into the great healer that you are today. And now it's time to receive the benefits of this healing that you've done. Mooney's coming into the reading. Stay here, Moon. Just like the flower of life in the center of Jesus here, you have activated the portal of your heart. And it's no coincidence that we have blue flowers on this card and blue flowers here today. Blue represents our throat chakra and our voice, our self-expression, communication. You are ready to communicate from your heart. You have become a master of your heart. You've reached maturity in this way. You are carrying with you all the lessons you've learned, all of the knowledge you've acquired, all of the maturity that you've acquired over these years. And not only that, but you are deeply connected to spirit. This could come through in your connection with animals or with your guides or with Mother Earth. That connection is like a protection amulet that you wear with you everywhere you go, both in the astral and spiritual realms, as well as here on the physical plane. You have the mark of the goddess upon you, and you carry her ancient wisdom within you, bringing beauty, healing, and dignity with you everywhere you go. You may feel called to the ocean at this time, called to your psychic senses, to messages coming through your psychic senses, wanting to spend time near bodies of water, wanting to connect in with your emotions, because you recognize that the frequency that these things tap you into is the frequency that makes you feel most alive, most connected, most like your authentic self. There is a hidden treasure, and that is your spiritual gifts. And although you always had your spiritual gifts, you didn't always have boundaries. And learning boundaries is a big part of the lessons that you've been learning in this lifetime. From the moment you were born, through childhood, teenagehood, all the way up until where you are now. You've mastered the gentle art of setting boundaries, of saying no, of learning what belongs to you and what belongs to others, and the fine line between you and others. Respecting the fact that although we're all connected at all times, we are in this human experience to express the divine through our individuality. Your connection with nature, Mother Earth, the sun, the stars, the sky, all of nature has really supported you along your path, helping to ground your energy and align you with the divine, with the messages that you've needed to hear to guide you on your path. You are an old soul. And like I said, this lifetime for you has really been about learning boundaries. But that has been only up until this point. That's not to say that you won't have to exercise enforcing these boundaries moving forward. But I think you've pretty much solidified that lesson. Your Saturn return, or the influence of Saturn in your chart, was heavy and was very much around boundaries and discovering who you are separate from others, separate from society's expectations of you, separate from what your grandparents or parents or teachers wanted you to be or who they were, separate from any siblings or friends. Your Saturn return, or the influence of Saturn in your chart, heavily focused upon you separating yourself from all of that. You may had to do a lot of work on reprogramming your belief system. But alas, you are an old soul, and you've done the work of spirit through the body and the vessel, just like Jesus did many times, to bring healing to yourself and others. And you carry with you the lessons of these lifetimes, just as you'll carry with you the lesson that you have learned up until now about who you are, and understanding that. Moving forward, you are truly ready to express yourself authentically, to be true to yourself. And you're going to have a lot more support from others. It might have been difficult up until this time to truly feel like people support the real you. Maybe even like the world supports the real you. But that's changing. You have become wise to the ways of the world here on earth, as well as wise to the ways of spirit. In all avenues, you could say that you are rich with wisdom. The owl totem may be with you at this time. Whether the owl is a guide for you across this lifetime, across many, or simply with you at this period of your life, just know that they are helping you through their energy and talents to see through the dark, to understand the unknown and be guided through it to exactly what you need to be sustained. Your dreams may be speaking to you at this time about what's calling you in this next chapter, about where you're headed. What was inaccessible to you previously is going to be accessible to you very soon. You are transforming into something greater than you have ever lived up until this moment. And it's not to say that what you've experienced up until this moment hasn't been great, because it truly has been. But you're going to be moving forward knowing who you are, embodying who you are, confident in who you are. So there will be no doubts and there will be no questioning. And that is going to give you a very clear direction of how you need to move forward, whether it's in small everyday decisions or bigger life decisions. Know that divine intervention will occur in your life in the very near future. You may have a moment where you experience a life review, and it's almost as if all the moments you have lived since conception to birth to all of the moments of growing up in childhood and beyond flash before your eyes. It will feel like a deeply magical moment. It might be something that you keep to yourself, for other people may not understand, but you will carry it with you in the way that you carry yourself, and people will feel it when they're around you. Feel this deep sense of unshakable presence. This is something that's available to those in our collective at this time who are ready for it, who are ready to share their gifts and talents with the world, who are ready to be seen for who they truly are and who they wholly are. For we are all holy.